I am going to share with you how bringing your heart to work is the foundational element to get the business you have always wanted. Let's check it out. We have a saying here at Mackey. We say that we have to have brave hearts to do this work and curious minds. The reason we have to have brave hearts to do this work is vulnerability, right? My favorite example of bringing your heart to work in terms of what we do with our clients is that we have these coaches who come in and they have to talk to business owners about the finances of their business, which really, in fact, is their business. And we cannot get those business owners to do the work they need to do without connecting through the heart. We can't come in there and say, you should, you could, you would, right? We can't do any of that judgment stuff. We have to come in and create a heart connection. Because once I honor and see the big heart in you and your big vision and all of that energy that comes from your heart, I can then tap into it and help you uncover it and move forward. When you're in your heart, when you're in your heart energy, you are creating an up spiral. It is, it's the place where we have limitless energy. And if we can tap into that, that is a complete transformation within our business. And once we as leaders, as owners, open up our hearts and show what they are, we allow our employees to do the same thing. And it becomes an even bigger up spiral and an even bigger transformation. And when we open up our heart, we connect with others. And that's where magic happens. Is with others. That's why businesses aren't typically a business of one. They're a business of many. So that's why it's important to bring your heart to work, because when we're in our head, we're disconnected and we're better together. We're better as collaborators. We're better when we have that energy, right? Have you ever been in a room where you're collaborating and it's just like time flies by, you're in the flow? That's your heart. That's your heart connecting to other hearts and like having this experience of creation. And that's why it's important, so important to bring your heart to work. And we can't forget our head, right? We can't forget our head because we have to have that data. We have to have the what if scenarios. But for true creation, for true movement, for true connection, it's heart work. And let's not forget that business is just people, right? So if business is just people, yes, we might be making something. Yes, we might be providing something, but business is people and people connect through their heart. The way you would bring your heart to work is, it's really scary. It's really scary to bring your heart to work. So you have to have baby steps, right? First way to bring your heart to work, check in with no agenda with one of your employees. Just check in. How you doing? Can I buy you a cup of coffee? Let's go for a walk. How's your puppy? I don't know. Just ask a question. Any small question to make that connection. Once you get a little more brave, maybe you bring your heart to work by sharing an idea that's scary, right? Hey, I know that this is what we do and we've been going this way for a while and here's our product and here's our service catalog, but I have this crazy idea. Can I share it with you? That is heart work. That's terrifying. But you know what you're showing to that employee, that team member? You're showing them that it's okay to be vulnerable. You're showing them that they also can share their big idea with you. And their big idea may be even better than yours. And actually, it probably will be. Let's just face it. One of my favorite examples of bringing your heart to work is a story of transformation from one of our clients. They came to us and they were just kind of your run-of-the-mill marketing firm. You know, they did a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They had no specialty. They just grew out of necessity. They grew because they needed to put food on the table, right? That is what almost every business owner does at some point. You have a business by default. And you look around and you think, well, this is okay. I kind of like this part. I kind of like that part. I really hate that part. Maybe I'll get rid of it someday. And that's where they were. They had a lot of business. They were really tired. They were all doing it from their head. It was all fear-based, really. It was all just, what's the next move that makes sure that we survive another day? And we got them out of their head and a little bit into their heart. And what they realized is they didn't like 90% of what they were doing. They were just doing it because it paid the bills. So they made this really brave decision to clear all that away and focus on one thing. The one thing that made their heart sing, the one thing that they knew they could do incredibly well. And it didn't happen overnight, but they transformed their business. They transformed themselves. They transformed their team. It was no longer, what do we have to do? It's now, what do we want to do? And they have exploded. They are, in our area, one of the most sought after in their field because they are so incredibly talented, and they doubled down on their heart. They listened to it, they trusted it, they went with it. So what's the next step? What step are you gonna take to uncover and bring to work your big, beautiful heart? Leave us a note in the comments and tell us what's going on.